Alright lads, so today I'm actually very excited to showcase this new character. We have our first playable Akon in Bleach Brave Souls. And again, shout out to Absolute K for lending me their account to showcase this beautiful character. Now, of course, Akon isn't the most popular character, but I really enjoy characters like this that are like finally playable in Bleach Brave Souls. Yes, he's been part of the game for many years now. You can get a free playable version from the Metal Exchange shop, but let's be honest, that character is super outdated, and even when he did come out, he was always just a link. So for the most part, I'm taking this as Akon's first character. Now, what you're going to see in this particular video when we showcase Akon is that he himself is probably... like, he's okay. He's just pretty good for the most part. If we compare him to Mayuri, which we did showcase yesterday, again, recommend you guys check that out. Mayuri is the significantly better character. He does way more damage and overall just has a better kit. Having said that though, we can forgive Akon not having like some stupid OP damage, because what you will note is that Akon is a super Linkshot character and Linkshot character for the speed attribute, giving you the extra power potions. And the reason why that's great is that not only is he the second speed super Linkshot character, he is also the first premium super Linkshot character. And it's an end of month character, so he was given Havoc and just better skills in general. This is really good and again healthy for the game. So far every super Linkshot character has been limited, so in my opinion, it's just nice to see a premium character get this treatment, because you might not have him right now, but sometime in the future, I guarantee you are going to pull this character. You could potentially get him from tickets later down the line, and in around 6 months time, he's going to start appearing as fillers. And let's say 7 months from now, I can pull for a new character that's OP, powerful, really fun to play with, and also have this character as a filler. That's going to be amazing. Now, obviously, because he is a super Linkshot character, he technically is competing with someone like Noelle. Now, Noelle can do significantly more damage, and technically she's more usable because she has 2 killers. Akon isn't really far off because he does technically have a better kit. And Akon, because again, he is an IT character, you want to use him in Inheritance Trials to get those extra bit of super Linkshot potions. He does come with a skill that you want to see, or technically now you want to see Pierce Iron Skin, but this is perfectly fine. Increased stars and chance against power attribute enemies. So when Noelle wants to have Killer to have that increased chance, Akon always has that increased chance. And when you do inflict a status augment, you then do 40% more damage to status afflicted enemies. So Akon's a great character, not anything super OP, but just healthy for the game, being a premium super Linkshot character. So currently we're playing single player IT just to quickly demonstrate the character. What I really like about the release of this character, not only of course being a premium super Linkshot character, he does have Quincy Killer, which for the most part hasn't been that relevant, but now we're starting to see that relevance appear a tad bit more often, since the enemies currently in Inheritance Trials are actually Quincy's. Now unfortunately, and this is the problem that we can see right from the get-go, is that the enemies are immune to burn. So what that does mean is that despite this character having an increased chance of inflicting status augments, his SA1, Soul Bomb, and also first strong attack cannot inflict status augments, and that's very unfortunate to see. What would have been more ideal here is if the character had burn and lasso in every single attack. But because he has kind of a gimmicky strong attack kit with like literally this man's holding a bazooka, they kind of gain those weird status augments. But quickly demonstrating his kit, his SA1 is a short AoE in front of him, can again do a lot of damage. We do have Killer here. His SA2 is a very weird attack. It's usually been treated as an SA3 for characters like Sun. It can actually do some respectable damage, and then his SA3 is just a full screen. And remember, because he is an end of month character, he does come with Havoc. Unfortunately, what you will see is that this character is not immune to paralysis, so when playing with him in IT, you do want to make sure you can be immune to status augments. But honestly, it's not a bad kit. It's actually quite fun to play around with this character, especially because it's the first time we have like a, again, playable Akon. And look at that SA2. What I did notice is that the SA2, despite it being like a range collision pushback attack, it kind of stops its place right at the end. So let's actually do here. You'll see here that like right when the attack ends, it kind of just does a lot of hits at the end. So if you position yourself quite well, you can make sure that SA2 does a lot of damage. But already to the final room, let's use our Soul Bomb. Really cool after effect. I really like it. Character's gameplay, he's just fun. He's a fun character. It's fun to play with a character like this for the last 7 or so years in Bleach. Well, that's a cool end pose. Okay, I didn't know he did that. But for the last 6 or so years, we've been playing with like the same set of characters. Aizen's, Kisuke's, Ichigo's, Uryu's, Byakuya's, for example. When have you ever sat down and played with an Akon? Never. Until now. And that's what I like about this. Now, in that particular run, it did take us 2 minutes, but we weren't really trying to go for a speed time, so let's see if we can actually increase that. So yeah, I do like that the character was actually given Quincy Killer, as we are in a situation where Quincy characters need to be a bit more common, especially if we do get into the 1,000-year Blood Walk. We kind of saw it a few years ago when no affiliation was first introduced, and it wasn't that good of a killer. Now, if you have no affiliation, that's perfectly fine. So hopefully we can start to see that with human enemies and also Quincy enemies. And this is our first step towards that. But we are doing some respectable damage here, being able to actually kill most of these enemies with our attacks. And it does help that we have Quincy Killer here. Already into the final room. Let's just use our SA1. And that was actually enough to kill the Uryu. Was bro biting his lip? And in that case, we got a 43-second clear time. And funnily enough, if we actually compare that to Mayuri, who again is technically a better character kit-wise and damage-wise, without Killer, Mayuri is able to do the exact same clear time. So Akon technically is a slower character when compared to Mayuri, even with Killer. But again, the great thing is that this character is increasing the drops, because by using him, we got 5 extra link slot potions and also 5 extra super link slot potions. Alright, so now we're jumping into co-op IT. So this is going to be a bit more difficult for the most part, since we are obviously, you know, in Ultra IT, level 200 enemies. What we are seeing here, though, is that we're not having really a bad time struggling here. We are fortunate enough to actually showcase this character with Killer. So this is basically like his perfectly ideal situation. And even having said that, it's not entirely true, because again, the enemies are immune to burn. So our SA1 and Soul Bomb isn't actually doing much in terms of inflicting status amounts. And I do want to say it's kind of unfortunate this character, his 40% more damage to status afflicted enemies is only for Soripers. I mean, it makes sense. It is 40%. Usually it's only 20%. But as of right now, the character that you're going to be with for the most part is Noelle. So it's kind of unfortunate that she doesn't get the buff. It would have been nice to see. And at the same time, at least right now for the speed attribute, if someone was to actually carry Akon and Noelle, it's for the most part only going to be Uryu. And he doesn't even benefit from that boost. So unless sometime in the future we get another speed super linkster character, hopefully they are a Soriper. And if we ever get a character like 1000 or Ichigo that can go through Iron Skin, hopefully they're a Soriper too, so Akon can buff them. Because that'd be a really cool duo. What we are doing here, we are doing some respectable damage with our strong attacks. We unfortunately did take a bit of damage. Look at that. That's a perfect example of like a good usage of that SA2. Hopefully someone here could Soul Bomb, because that SA2 can do a lot of damage if it's placed well. It's kind of a fun strong attack too, I'm not gonna lie. It's not a traditional good strong attack too, but I like it. I think this kit's actually quite good. We're gonna SA3 that. I would Soul Bomb here, but again, I've lost a bit of full stamp, so I'm gonna try and play it safe. SA2 that. Did a bit of damage. Now I Soul Bomb. Again, unfortunately, it's not going to inflict burn, so it's not going to do that much damage. Yeah, see, again, perfect example. Didn't inflict status ailments, so it wasn't able to go through that Iron Skin. But obviously, at least for that first run, it wasn't too bad. I did take a bit of damage because I got paralyzed, so that's something that you do need to keep in mind. If I was personally using this character on my account, I would make sure to give him a bonus ability, 55% paralysis duration, and then give him an extra link to make sure that I could just stand anywhere. But regardless, we did clear a bit slower there. We got a 2-minute clear time, but that's perfectly fine, because again, what you are seeing here is that we were given those extra bit of potions. By having 2 Akons on our team and 2 Noelles, we were given an additional 20 super speed link slot potions and also speed link slot potions. And at the same time, we were playing with randoms. If you are a team of 4 players that know what to do and like going with like the optimal strategy, you're going to clear IT just fast. So I do like this character exist. Again, it's a premium option, and he himself is actually good in IT, at least when he does have Killer. But you know what? Even when he doesn't have Killer, he's still going to perform just fine, especially when they aren't immune to lacerate or burn, because you're always going to have that increased chance of inflicting status ailments. Alright, so next up, we're taking Akon into the Awakened Quincy King Epic Raid. Let's see how he performs. Now, I did give him weakened defense. Oh, we don't need to do that. We actually have an Aaroniero doing that too. That's great. So Akon doesn't have Killer here, which is kind of unfortunate, but again, you can do some respectable damage. And I guess in this case, we're actually helping out the Aaroniero by allowing them to do 40% more damage when we do inflict the status ailment at least. Kind of unfortunate, but I took a bit of damage there, so we have lost a bit of DPS, but I'm going to use my Soul Bomb here. Never mind, we actually have the white Ichigo. That's great. It's going to apply the weakened defense and the debuff. Onto the final phase in just under 1 minute. Again, gonna wait a couple of seconds. We can't attack just yet. Then I use my Soul Bomb. There we go. Again, would have done a lot more damage had I kept my full stam. So in that case, we cleared this epic raid in just under 2 minutes. So we were able to do 50 million damage in 2 minutes. We did have a DC there. I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you lads. That was like the best run whatsoever. I unfortunately did take a bit of damage right from the get-go, and at least compared to the attribute and also the mind attribute when we showcased Kisuke and Mayuri, we were able to beat those 2 epic raids in under 1 minute, but they come with the fortunate side of being characters that can do a lot of damage. Like if we compare Akon to Mayuri and Kisuke, the damage difference is night and day, and at the same time they have access to better bonus characters that again can just do a lot of damage. So in the speed case, maybe if we had a lobby full of Akons, it would have been better, but that's fine. Again, we've already demonstrated that Akon is a character that can still clear fast. He's good enough. I mean, 40% Berserker, Frenzy +1, 40% more damage to enemies afflicted by status ailment, and you have an easy time inflicting status ailments. That's great. But of course, compared to some of the newer characters like Mayuri with 80% Berserker, Spiritual Pressure Boost, 40% more damage, the damage difference is definitely there, but again, they don't give you the extra drops. Akon does. So he is a character that can be used in epic raids. He is a bonus right now, so if you could get a full lobby of Akons, then you're going to clear just fine, especially if you know the pattern, and you're also going to be getting those extra bit of drops. So Akon is a character that you're mainly going to use in IT and also IZ, and that's great. So overall, lads, that was the video for today, showcasing the brand new Akon. Again, overall, pretty solid character. I do like the idea of it being a speed super laser character from the premium pool, and the character itself itself is fun. I mean, his visuals are great in my opinion. The soul bomb is great, and the fact that he runs around using a bazooka is just super fun. It's been a while since we had a fun gimmicky character like this that's also just really good too. It's cool. I appreciate stuff like that. And of course, I'm gonna want to play with this character because it is the first time we get to play as Akon, and the fact they made him a super Linkster character and Linkster character too, that's just even better. So while you might not pull him now, sometime in the future, like I mentioned already, you are gonna pull him, and you're gonna be happy to have him, because if you don't own someone like Noel, who is a Burn the Witch character, super limited, you're gonna be happy to pick up this character, whether that's from his individual banner, a filler in some future banner, or from summon tickets. So Akon is a great character in my opinion, a great addition to the game, and I'm happy to see finally a playable Akon. But hope you guys did enjoy the video. In the comments below, let me know what you like to think about Akon, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.